Thank you, Randy. First of all, I'd like to congratulate the inductees this evening, and especially to Dave Hoover, who was my assistant before going out and having a great career in high school coaching. Also to Gene Mahaffey. When Gene was coaching at Ohio Wesleyan, he would do clinics for our teams. I never paid him, so Gene, I probably still owe you for that. Let's be clear here. I was not elected on my basketball ability. I was a good player at Miami. I started every game but one in my basketball career there. And that opportunity gave me to see up close and personal the talent it takes to be the Hall of Fame. Two members of our team at Miami, John Powell and Wayne Embry, are members of this Hall of Fame. And I had the privilege of playing 4 years against Cincinnati's Oscar Robertson, who, if you've not seen him and don't know about him, has to be one of the 5 best players in the history of basketball. I am not really sure I deserve this award, but I want to thank Sheila, the members of my committees on the Hall of Fame, and the selection committee for this prestigious award. There is one thing I am completely sure about, and that is that this game of basketball has shaped the person that I have become. Growing up in the small village of Glenford, Ohio, my high school, my idols, my childhood idols were Glenn Hersey and Dick Schreider. Both of those people are in our Hall of Fame. Actually, they were early in our Hall of Fame. So I need to include just a little trivia, a little Hall of Fame trivia. Doc Doherty, who is our co-founder, also grew up in Glenford, and he was a teammate of Glenn Hersey. So if I count right, Hersey, Schreider, Doherty, Hamilton, that's 4 people in the village of Glenford, which when I was left there was a village of 250 people. Today is still 250 people. Our co-founder, Doc Doherty, I like to thank him for having the opportunity, because the first meeting of the Hall of Fame, he invited me to attend, and he couldn't get rid of me. And so, Doc, thank you very much. Today, I think back to those teammates at Glenford, the Glenford family, my teammates at Miami, and the Miami family, my coaches, my coaching staff, the coaches that we competed against. All those people were part, of growing up and being a part of the family. And it is impossible for me to overestimate what I have learned from them and the impact they have had on my life today. There is not a day goes by that I have some thought, some memory, a phone call, a text, running into someone on the street or at a game, that I have been seeing how important those people were and what an impact I had. And those relationships and bonds can never be duplicated or replaced. I even got into the broadcasting firm. This guy standing right over here in the 1990s asking me to be his color commentator, and for 20 years, Randy and I, we were dealt with the college, the high school, on radio and television, and it was a blast. Finally, and most importantly, the Hamilton family. I was raised, first of all, I'm the oldest of 4 brothers. We were raised to play hard. We were raised to work hard. That education was important, and that everyone you came in contact with, you always looked for them and respected them. We were all basketball players. We were all coaches. My brother Bob, sitting right over here, is in this Hall of Fame as a player and coach at Wittenberg and then at Navy. We were, and still are, very competitive. You would think, at our ages, who wins on the golf course shouldn't matter. Well, guess what? Finally, and most importantly, the Hamilton family. I'm sorry, I need to back up here. My family, my wife, Lynn, raised two wonderful children while I raised other parents' children. Ann and Guy, both of whom have grown up to be very successful and who are very, very good parents themselves. Lynn was and still is my best friend and my best supporter. And it is impossible for me to give her and take care of what she does and the sacrifices she has made while I pursued my coaching career. To her, to Ann and Guy and the Hamilton family, I love you all very much. It has been a great ride, and guess what? It's not over yet. Thank you very much.